Another question asked for me in messengers, and I said, I'm moving it to the group. Does tongue tie affect development or movements? Yes. Most people think that tongue tie is speech and feeding, right? The inability to protrude the tongue, in a sense that, now and again, I'm not doing an anatomy neck lesson, but you can have a tongue tie literally here. But a lot of kiddos have situations where the gum here or the lip. So you might get something like this, or again, it's too taut. So there's different ways that they release, right, around the gum areas. And now you have to do the lessons afterwards because it'll reattach. People don't even realize with the trach. I mean, if the trach comes out, man, that sucker's closing within like seconds. It's same thing with the G-tube. You know, our body, the epidermis's job, and it goes inside of the mouth, is to stay intact. Why? Because the epidermis's job, our skin, is meant to withstand gravity. When I'm going like this, I'm pushing against gravity, right? This is why when I have a cut, oh, it hurts. Yeah, because you have parts of your body that have never been exposed to gravity. Gravity's literally going through that hole going, and you're like, ah. And that's where we have pain, right? When the epidermis gets interrupted. Look at burn victims. Look at all of this sort of stuff. That is a god-awful pain. And then again, sort of like a tree trunk, if the skin gets interrupted all the way around, this is why we have to do grafts, because otherwise you'll lose the arm. You know, the skin is it's the most important organ of our body, but mostly so because it regulates gravity all around us like a balloon. But that being said, right, at 4.5 months, a very big milestone is a pubic bone strike. And so where your child's lying down and their pubic bone strike hits, right, they're kind of starting to go up and bounce a little bit. It hits, and that protrudes a tongue, almost like a Pez dispenser, those candy toys. And this is why around 4.5 months, your child can start eating, right? The facility of going all this. So when you have issues with tongue tied, right, that coming over the system that I teach, that reach, all of those kind of things can get interrupted due to the fact that that's tied. So it's not just about all those kind of movements that you're looking for, your tongue, right? But it's also, have you ever seen someone balance and they're like, yeah, we use this. You want to see a really neat video of what goes on inside your mouth? Look at the slow-mo guys with uvula. I've posted it before. That sucker, man, you know, you think it's just dangling in the back of your throat, right? You should see that thing come into action just for a gargle. Our body is really important. When the structure is off, yes, you can affect the movement and you can affect development. You want to go to roll over, you know, I mean, from here versus that, makes a big difference. So yes, don't be surprised that if you do have the tongue-tied surgery done, and I say surgery, but they clip it, that you start seeing a whole bunch of new things happening, not just the babble and the speech as they start going into all that kind of thing that's happening. It does affect it. That being said, if you don't resolve to do it, which is fine, these are movements you need to work on, especially, again, that coming over the system to help your baby.